Greetings dear subscribers and guests of my channel. In this video, I gathered for you the second part about Russian prison tattoos. If you haven't watched the first part yet, I'll leave the link in the description under the video. Enjoy watching. Nazi symbolism. In modern Russian prisons, these tattoos have nothing to do with Nazism. They are still tattooed by the same prisoners who deny the prison regime. The tattoos appeared in the post-war years, but even then they were not tattooed as a sign of approval of the ideas of fascism, but as a protest against the Soviet regime. Despite the fact that the Soviet regime has been gone for over 30 years, such tattoos are actively tattooed on prisoners in the CIS countries. Portraits of leaders. Tattoos with Lenin and Stalin were not tattooed to please the prison regime. It was done to avoid execution. In the old days, there was a rumor among the prisoners that one prisoner with such a tattoo was pardoned. Before he was shot, they took off his outer clothing, saw Stalin's portrait on his chest, and were afraid to shoot him, lest they themselves be imprisoned. Of course, this was just a fantasy. However, the tradition of stuffing the leader's chest was established and existed even after Stalin's death. The shoulder straps and epaulets. The epaulets are worn by prisoners who have been on a special regime. These are correctional institutions of the prison type, where only those convicted of especially grave criminal articles are held. The special regime is considered to be the most stringent in the domestic penitentiary system. Things are much more complicated with epaulets. In some regions and republics of the former Soviet Union, an epaulet may be stuffed as part of the epaulette. However, in the zones of Ukraine, the epaulet has a completely different meaning. It means that its bearer was a participant in the prison riot, and those who did not take part in the riots could not be given epaulets. A spider in a web is a tattoo of a criminal authority, which is a symbol of the fact that this man spent most of his life in prison. Thus, the spider web is a prison, and the bug itself is a cunning and dexterous individual capable of escape. It can be tattooed on any part of the body. If the tattoo has a spider crawling up the web, it means that the prisoner stole and will steal, and if the spider crawls down, it means that he stole and no longer does it. The Virgin and Child. Such a tattoo is considered a talisman for thieves, protecting them from misfortune and trouble. It also indicates that the wearer was a thief from an early age, which means child of prison. As a rule, prisoners put the image of the Mother of God on their backs. For such a tattoo in a Russian prison will have to answer. This is a tattoo that deeply religious people get. Also, some people are trying to atone for a sin once committed, applying to the body of the icon, so to speak, to purify his soul. Another tattoo, represented in the form of two human eyes with eyebrows and eyelashes. Depending on what part of the body the eyes are depicted in, this tattoo can have several meanings. If such a tattoo is tattooed in the chest area, it means that the person is an authority in prison. He may be in charge of the cell or throughout the prison. This is a shadowy leader who maintains order and resolves contentious issues of conflict. The eyes depicted on the back indicate a dishonest person who has acted behind the backs of other prisoners and cooperates with the prison administration or gossips about other prisoners. Well, the most insulting character is the eye tattoo, which is depicted in the lower abdomen. It indicates that the person was once involved in homosexual relations. In this case, the eyes represent the human organ of vision and the male sex organ is the nose.